much I rated it. So now first thing first, let's start with what that was other thing I liked about this read. And Hey guys, and welcome back to my new video. I hope everyone's doing absolutely fine. For those who are new to my channel, I'm Divyam and you will find book reviews, unboxings, vlogs and a lot many other fun things related to books and fandom. So if you are into that kind of stuff, you can hit the subscribe button. And now let's start with this video. So as the title says, in this one I'll be reviewing another book, and the name of the book is The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. So this is the second book in the Wheel of Time series that consists of 14 books, and I recently reviewed the first one on my channel. So if you haven't checked that review, you can check. I'll probably leave the link here or in the description box below, so you can check that video before watching this one. Also, I'll be starting this I'll be starting this plot, like summary of this book, from the part where the book one ended. So if you haven't read the book one, so it'll be better for you if you will like read the book first and then probably watch this video, because I'll be of course discussing what all happened in the book one and what all addition are there in this book. So yeah, that was all, and now let's begin with this book. And now let me give you a little summary of this book, The Great Hunt. So talking of this book, so this book starts after the 30 days of that battle that took place in book 1. As we all know, when Rand channeled and defeated Balsamon, and Moiraine Lan, Egwene and Nynaeve actually knows that he's the dragon and he can actually channel, and he's the only male Aes Sedai left in their kingdom. So they got to know that thing, and Matt and Perrin are still unknown to the fact that who is Rand, and they are keeping their distance from him because they think what happened to their friend and how he's behaving with them. So that's when this book starts, after 30 days of the battle. And in the very beginning, Rand is learning swordsmanship from Lan, and he's teaching him how to actually fight and how to manage sword. And that's all. That's the point when actually Amaryllis Seat visit Tar Valon, their kingdom in which all the characters are staying. So Amaryllis Seat, who's the head of, as we can say that she's the head of all Aes Sedai. So she visits that kingdom, and with her a lot many other Aes Sedai she brings a lot many other Aes Sedai with her. So after knowing that Amaryllis Seat is visiting Tar Valon, Rand actually tries to flee the kingdom, because as we all know, Aes Sedai actually captures false and fake dragons. So Rand gets scared and he tries to actually flee the kingdom, but he eventually stays in the kingdom because he got to know about their motive, and a lot many things happens in that period when he meets with Amaryllis Seat and got to know their motive. So yeah, that was the very beginning of this book. You must be knowing that in the first book, as you all know, there was a reference to the Great Hunt of the Horn. So this is the event that takes place in this book, because the horn that was kept in the kingdom of Tar Valon actually gets stolen when Trollocs and Dark Prince attacks the kingdom and manages to steal that horn and Matt's dagger. And not only these two things, but also Padan Fain, who was kept in the prison, he also manages to like flee the kingdom, and he's on a run with Trollocs and Dark Prince and took Horn with them. So that's the point where actually this book starts and actually resonates with this title, because the Horn gets lost, and there's a party selected of some people who actually goes on a mission to find that horn. So that party consists of a lot many people, including Rand, Matt, Perrin. Matt, because he's the one who needs that dagger, and he can't live without that dagger, and he will get the notion when he's close to the dagger. So they take him with him, and a lot many other people who actually goes on that hunt. So yeah, that was a little plot up from my side, and this book starts and explores their adventures and what all happens on their journey, and what all they see and what all actually happens. So yeah, that was all about this plot a little, without giving away anything. So now I'll be talking about like what all I liked, and if I have to compare this with book 1, what all I felt was better than book 1 and how much I rated it. So now first thing first, let's start with what I liked and what I disliked about this read. So one of the things that I liked about this read was like, if you have seen my first book review, then you must be knowing that I said a lot many things were left unexplained and there were a lot many loose ends. So in this one, actually, author explained all those loose ends, not all, but a few that I was glad of. I was glad after knowing them, and I felt good after reading that, and the loose ends that were left in the first book were eventually explained in this one. And I also said that the prologue of the book one was very hard to grasp, and I couldn't get any gist of it. So in this one, the prologue was easy to like actually understand, and that was one of the things that the author actually gave in detail of the things that were left unexplained. And I was feeling that I'm reading the complete text now, and I'll not be left like left idle after reading this book. So yeah, that was one of the things. And in this thing, I liked the description of Aes Sedai, and the ending for that matter of the first book when Rand could channel. That was a little blurry in my mind, and I couldn't get a lot of that. And in the starting of this book, I got to know what all happened in that war and battle. So that was another thing. And as I was saying Aes Sedai, so the author also explained all the Aes Sedai, their color. So as we all know, like Aes Sedai are having different colors and red, yellow, blue, green, black, and brown. So like Moiran is, I think, blue from Blue Aja. So that was one of the other things, and a lot many other Aes Sedai also were also like introduced in this read. And that was happy to know about all the inner details about their circle and inner circle, and all the details, necessary details, and I felt happy after reading those. So yeah, that was one of the things. The second thing was that the first book, as I have said in my review, that resonated with Lord of the Rings a lot, and I was feeling like I was reading somewhat similar kind of a plot with the other fantasy books. So yeah, in this one I found the plot was something new and wasn't inspired a lot in my view, and I haven't read any other fantasy novel on that line. So I was happy with the plot in this one. And in the previous review, I mentioned that the plot resonated with other books, and I found that thing in this book a lot much refined from the previous one. And finally Jordan took some initiative, and he actually wrote a book that I found was very good, and I actually resonated with this book a lot, and I like this book a lot. So in the third point, I'll be covering characters and characterization done by the author. So all the characters actually evolved a lot in this one, and the character that evolved the most is Rand. And I felt he was taking initiative in this one, and he was making some bold decisions. And though he was irritating me a little bit, but I think that would be that scenario won't be changing in other parts as well, and he'll be staying irritating for all the parts. So yeah, I was liking his character, and he was leading from the front. And and I felt that his character evolved the most in comparison with the other characters. And if I have to talk about other characters like Matt and Perrin, so Matt had some role in this plot, but Perrin's character actually evolved much in first book, but not in this one. And though he has his moments in this one, like talking with wolves, and and a lot many other things like finding where all were. So yeah, he was doing some jobs, and I'll not be going in much detail, but yeah, his character was not much evolved by the author, and I believe that would be done in the coming upcoming books. But yeah, Rand's character I liked in this one. And though the all the three characters were making once again making some bold and reckless decisions, but I was liking them in this read. And so yeah, that was the characterization. And the role of Aes Sedai Moiran was lesser than the previous one, because in the previous book a lot more emphasis was given to her character and her work and what all she can do. So in this one, the author gave her a little rest, and though she was active at moments, but other Aes Sedai were focused more in this one. So yeah, that was all about the characterizations and characters. So yeah, till now I talked about all the good things about this read, and I can't actually think about any bad thing about this one, because I actually like this read, and I already started reading the book 3 in this series, Wheel of Time. So the book 3 is the Dragon Reborn, and I already started it in a buddy read with one of my friends. So if you want if you are planning to read this book, you can join me on Instagram. The handle is here. So yeah, that was all. And if I have to talk about writing style of this one, actually I haven't talked about writing style in the book review one, and I think I haven't talked about that. So yeah, the writing style resonated a lot with the book one, but I actually felt it much better in this one because it was much refined and the plot was much faster, and that was why that's the reason why I actually liked the writing style in this book as well. So yeah, these were few things that I actually liked, and as I said, I already started reading the book 3 and you will be seeing that book review soon. So yeah, I talked about characters and characterization and about what I liked and what I disliked. So these were all the things. And if I have to talk something more about this read, I felt that the void that was left after reading the first book actually got filled up after reading this one, because I actually liked the climax in this one, and it was one of those best climax I have read in a while, and that's the reason I quickly picked up the book 3, though I wanted to actually read one book at a time, one book in a month for the next 6 to 7 months, so that I'll be able to finish 6 to 7 books by the end of this year. And but in any way, but I like the ending of this one. It was much better than the first one, and I won't be giving away much because I want you to guys have first-hand experience, as I said in the first review as well, first-hand experience of this read. So I won't be talking much about that, and that would be like spoilers. So if you are reading, you can definitely pick this up, and I can't recommend this book more to you guys, because after reading the first one, I said a lot many people leave this series after reading the first book. So if you're watching, if you're one of those people who left actually that series, or you gave a break to that series for a year or a couple of years, you can actually pick that series because it's get better, and it is getting better with each book that I'm saying, because I've already read like 50 chapters in the third book and I'm already liking it. So yeah, that was all, and I won't be going much into the details of the ending of that one, but yeah, that ending is something that I'll be adding a sticky note to and will be going back again and again to read that. So yeah, I like that book a lot, and The Great Hunt was definitely a good read, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I deducted 1 star for the reasons I am unknown, just because it felt like a bit like dragged in between, and I was liking that part, but yeah, I deducted that 1 star for that. And the plot is going slower, as you can expect from the other books as well, because 14 books in the series, but much faster if compared with the book 1, and I actually liked it. So yeah, that was all in this review, and I hope you liked this review. So if you have stopped after reading the book 1, I would definitely recommend you to start this one and pick this book soon. So yeah, that was all in this review. I hope you liked it. If you like this review, you can hit the like button, and if you like the content, you can hit the subscribe. And I hope you are all safe, and with all the things going on this world right now, I hope you are all safe with your loved ones in your home. And in the end, I will just say stay safe, stay home, and keep watching my videos, and bye bye.